time. If you can't do the time, don't tell me how you're off and down. When you're smiling in my face, but you play me like a clown, and you fool, bitch. So just step back. I'm mad that when I come down straight, I thought you were my piece, but you play me out. Now I'm mad as hell, and I'm full of doubt. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll.
Yeah.
I'm back on the scene, it's time to get mean. I'm a lean revolution machine. For what people stay, they sway. For today is good as any day. Y'all feel slightly this, let's resist. Raise your fist and pump like this. Promises over the top. Don't cross the line, and you know it's mine. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll.
Double back, and something in your rhythm. 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 Double back, double back, and something in your rhythm.
Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? 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 Who you wanna roll with?
Yeah. Hey, Slav. What's up, Slav? How are you, brother?
It's like your entry music, you know?
Yeah, you got a theme song.
You look like you're walking down to the pit or the match or the octagon, you know how you have entry music? You're all ready. You're looking good. Yeah, obviously the very beginning, so you got to start the podcast.
Yeah. Let's see.
11:11 on time. I'll get an extra chair over there. Or right here, anywhere. Oh, there's one right here. Here we go. Grab that.
There we go. Can you talk a little bit louder?
I can.
There, let me get you louder.
Okay, yeah, then if I'm sitting back here.
There it is.
I like it.
That's better.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to set up Slav's microphone too. I think he's
Uh-oh.
let's see.
Melanie Jean Bernie.
Who's number 3? Slav's number 3. All right, I'll set you up. Hold on. Don't wait for me. So welcome to Thursday. It's our 10th year, the end of our 10th year here. Wow.
This is
it's
the
amazing.
last scheduled fourth Thursday Sativa Curl State House podcast
Wow.
of the 10th year at the State House. It's like an anniversary. And then, Thanksgiving, we haven't talked about it sometime, It's actually, Thanksgiving, way more effort than having a podcast. I mean, even without having a podcast at Thanksgiving, a lot of people, but it always feels so good afterwards.
So yeah, Rattari's with us. We got our friend Rattari.
Why Rattari is a 10-foot. He's way cuter than the person he modeled after.
Yeah, he's pretty purple and
He looks actually, well, he is more trustworthy, but he looks that too. I mean, you look at that is not a mean looking rat. So
No.
like, we don't mean he's mean. We just mean, in New Jersey, a A rat is somebody who goes the other way, turns his back on the people he was once with, especially if it's the people you once led, who admired you, and who thank their very lives for you. Those same people. Oh no. And he didn't even go into, like, what do you call it, hiding or nothing. He's like standing out there, not laughing about it, but actually he isn't hiding. He doesn't return. He doesn't, you know. We're right here. He's in there. There's a Senate quorum today, so, you know, if he's on the job, he's in there. He could come right out here and straighten it out.
Yeah, I got
he
questions.
could call in. That's why I asked about a call-in number. I really should take time to post that out there. On the other hand, you could, at some point, not right now necessarily, call his office and say, listen, I didn't know how to get in touch with Senator Scutari. I'd like to leave him a call-in number for a podcast, if it's okay. Yeah, we're out at the State House right now, blah, 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 blah. Is there any way you would text this to him? You know, he might just want to call. Or do you figure out for him what he would and wouldn't want to do? You know, roll with it. What do I got to do? Tell you how you might do it? You know what I did to set up today? I didn't smoke pot. No, I mean, I only had one really light puff in the morning just so my receptors knew I was with them still. Actually, it was like a false advertising, you know, my cannabinoid receptors. Oh, where's the rest? No. Got to set up. It's a windy day. I got to be really on my game, ahead of myself, you know. So I pointed out to Lefty, just as we were sitting down, he asked me a silly question, you know, the one that was like a joke, and I thought, a little less than 2 seconds, and even he noticed it. See, that's the difference. Now, most of my life, I don't have to make snap decisions, you know. But what if you do? You know what? If it has to be like way quick, you know. I'm not talking about like driving, just like in everyday stuff. So. On the proper usage.
Good. Not as good as ever I should be. If we had home grow, I'd be doing a whole hell lot of better because the cost of living in the state is absolutely out of control. And not having home grow is completely out of control because
We're here.
Why are we still here?
Why are we still here?
But yeah.
Well, you know, at least today, people want to know what's going on sometimes. I mean, we're here, we have a certain amount of signage, they get the idea, but they don't really know why. So I have a brief history of our outlier status as a medical cannabis state. Over there, one of those sign things says, take one, Senator Scutari's involvement here or whatever, you know, to explain why we are here. Now, I highlighted some of them because, like, he's 4 paragraphs have to do with him. But as we're hanging out, hey, if somebody comes by and says, what's this all about? You can hand that to him. The first time we put up Rotary, and the first person that said, what's this all about?
Here you
I
go.
thought, man, you know how long we've been doing this, and we didn't anticipate that question with a 10-foot blow-up rat. You know. See?
All right. Let's do this here. Hopefully this works.
Oh, you're gonna do it now.
Why not? Can barely hear you.
I can hear you. I don't need to be here for this element. Together.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this Senator Scutari's office?
Yes.
Oh, good. Yes, my name is Edward Grimes, and I'd like to see if you can pass along a phone number to Senator Scutari because we are podcasting outside the State House, and we'd like to see if he could talk to us. So come out, because I know they're in session today. Maybe you can come out and talk to us. I can give you my number.
Okay, I mean, I'm not in Trenton, but I can pass the message.
Okay, yeah. The number here is 908 616 0682. You can either call us or just come outside. We're outside, and we'd like to speak to him about quite a few things. We're patients, cannabis patients out here.
Great. Thank you for the call.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You're welcome. You too.
Okay.
That was a good idea, Lefty. Oh, that was my idea.
We would have got to it.
I know.
We'd
No,
have been like,
it's like you've gotten good at what you do.
"No, let's start the podcast off with a phone call to Scutari like we always do. And I didn't leave a 3-minute message, 4-minute message. We got a live person, that's why. Normally I'll leave a 4-minute message,
Yeah,
5-minute
but
message. whatever.
again, you know, why a 4-minute message? Why not 10, 12-second messages?
Well, that's what that was.
No, I'm
So
just
don't ever
okay.
say I didn't do
What you do is you get somebody to go boop after 20 seconds, but then comes another message. So if your first message was real quick, you could call back and say, "Oh, listen, I forgot blah 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 da da."
Hey, legally, they have to
Ah,
listen.
One more thing I forgot, like Columbo, you know?
Legally, they're supposed to listen to every second of our messages.
Yeah, legally. Well, we can count on that in Jersey, can't we? That's our reputation. Where can you rely in what state of legislators playing by the rules established? You know, one of my favorite things when things hit the, wheels fall off or something. It's like, were you surprised or knocked me over with a feather? I do like that, though. I hope somebody bothers to pick the information out of there. We haven't had what you got there, the 2-page, here's why we're here. Well, it's not here's why we're here. It's establishing the path of how New Jersey became an outlier state out of states that have medical cannabis programs.
Got one more call to make. We got another call to make. Apparently.
Not Jake from State Farm?
Jake from UFCW.
I know, but if I say it like that.
Yo,
Yo, you're on the air, Jake.
yo, it's me, Jake, and I'm here with Lefty. How are you?
Good, bro. What's going on?
Nothing much. I just wanted to touch base before the event on Saturday and see if you needed anything or if there's anything I could do.
Yeah, I need a new back, a new spine, couple massages.
All right, well, you're in luck. We're bringing out the Nuru massage people, and we're also bringing out a specialized surgeon. We're not just doing expungements, we're doing amateur surgery.
I love it.
You guys want a podcast from outside?
What's the weather going to be like?
It's supposed to be nice, sunny and like 65.
Yeah, it's sunny and 65 today, and we're blowing down the road if we don't watch out. Oh, I guess if you get, this is Jim, Jake. I don't know if you just can hear on the
Yeah.
phone, I do have a distinct sort of whiny voice.
I wouldn't call it whiny, but it is distinct.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. UFC Bowl 360.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Guess how much fucking weed MPX has given us for the event?
Oh, I don't want to guess. A quarter ounce?
Quarter ounce seems a little low.
I
They're
know. I
giving
like
us
good news,
almost
man.
An ounce of different concentrates. So
Whoa.
rosins, resin, sugar, batter. And then they're giving us 75 eighths. So almost 10 ounces of fucking weed.
Holy crap! I got a designated driver, and I'm in hog heaven here.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna set up inside, close to the weed.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you know, Lefty figured that out real quick because right now he's got his podcast studio at Mad Hatter Dispensary where he's not allowed to smoke.
Fucking kill it.
So I could feel those wheels turning. Do I want to be there? He goes, you know, that's why he phrased his statement in that manner. I want to be close to where we're all at.
Yeah, I'm
is.
always close to weed. I just can't smoke it.
Yeah.
Hey, fair enough.
Yeah, well, it
make
makes
sure
it.
you're fucking smoking this time.
Oh yeah, he goes out to his vehicle, so like during any given podcast, it's like an over under how many trips will he make and how much time
4
there.
or 5.
Yeah, you know, I mean, eventually, you know, nobody'd be surprised if he spent like the last 45 minutes with his feet kicked up in his behind his wheel.
I can't stay out for the whole podcast because people join, and I have to be in to see the join people or the chat.
Oh
And
right,
so
right, yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta come in and check, and then maybe go back out. So I would do the whole podcast from the car.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, why can't like we just set up a laptop in your car with like a Wi-Fi hotspot?
Well, I got to tell you, you know, for people that would ask him, why are you doing this out in the parking lot of where your studio is?
So I could smoke weed.
You'd have to almost have a handout, you know?
Kind of like the handout that outlines the home grow issue, but it's about
Yeah.
why Lefty goes out.
Yeah,
to
exactly,
smoke
you know?
weed.
And that, oh, you know, it's just, of course, I have that rectified here today because we sit pretty far away from the signs that I have. And I'll tell you, stationary signs like, like sandwich board signs at the top, and then I got something connecting at the bottom. This is foam board. It's not that windy now, but this stuff was blowing.
Wait, are you guys in Trenton right now? Is it
Yeah.
that time of the month?
Yeah, it's that time of the month.
Yes.
Yo, we're on our way to Bordentown right now to pop into Curaleaf. We'll pop over real quick and say hey.
Well, you have to.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, we tried to
Yeah.
keep it a secret this time. No, I'm only kidding. It just snuck up. You know, there's a lot
See,
going
my
on.
problem is I smoke so much weed, I forget what day of the fucking month it is.
Oh, that happens for people who don't smoke, man.
Yeah.
I'm just
it's
trying.
Been so fucking crazy on our end too.
Yeah, really, lots going on. You know, it's like the 10th year of the podcast, but if you went back to 10 years ago, you know, we had something on a good day, something new to talk about. You know, I mean, a week would go by, nothing would change from the week before. Another week, nothing would change. Another week, nothing would change. But now, I don't have to tell you, you know, there's something going on about every day.
Yeah. Well, when we get down there, I got fucking stories for you guys about the last month and a half.
Awesome.
You know,
Alright, man.
but yeah, we're going to Curaleaf in Bordentown, so we'll be 10 minutes away. We'll stop over. We got our new girl Kiara with us, so she can come out and meet everybody. And then we got
Awesome.
a bunch of running around to do, so we can't hang out for long. But fuck yeah, we'll come hang out for a minute.
That's right. Good. Good call.
All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit then.
Right on.
All right, Jake.
All right, be safe.
Jake from UFCW. Big event in
There.
West Berlin,
You got to pause, man. You
Saturday.
got to pause. You don't say right away. It's Jake. Pause.
It's Jake.
Yeah. You know, actually, it was sort of like
It's Jake
I got
from-
my phone here. I was thinking I'd pretend like I'm getting a call and look up at Lefty and go, "Well, it's Jake from UFCW."
It's Jake from UFCW.
Stay far.
You know, like I'm getting away with something. You know, that original commercial was that was hilarious. You know, guy built a
I fucking love
career
you
on it.
guys.
All right.
All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, be safe. Peace.
All right. Toodaloo.
No. One of the rare days where there's action in the State House during this hiatus that's gone on since July. That's right, I said it. Hiatus.
They passed a bill this week.
No, they're working on stuff now. Yeah, but there's some. Well, yeah, they come in. They have a quorum, so that they can do business. So you're fairly required to be here. Yes, we got a little, you want me to do that? You're the podcast guy. What am I, I don't even know what I am. Oh, I make signs. Moratari. Hold on, it's not on. What color is that? Black? Tap your microphone. Look. Can't hear you. It's okay. See, we got to work around. This is what cannabis consumers do. They find a way.
Mic check. I'm on.
Yeah. See that? This is why.
You know, I was
it's
thinking.
also a demonstration
thinking-
on why we're misplaced. He's doing the crew work, and I'm at the podcast not knowing how to turn your mic on. But that's cool.
You know
It's
they're gonna start selling those robots.
start doing what?
Selling robots.
And for what purpose? To do what?
Everything.
No, I mean, like, give me an
They do everything.
Well, I know they can, but
So how do you think that's gonna change
how it's going to change the sex industry? Are you
No.
kidding me? Well, let's be realistic. Anytime
how's
there's
it gonna
something new,
change
you know,
the
that's
advocacy?
that's
Here,
right
just think- Can you
behind.
imagine a robot?
That's right behind. How could we assume control of people? Okay, if it's not that, it's think about it.
I'd like to see a robot because you could bring the thing everywhere with you, right? Once you buy
How
it,
realistic are the robots going to be?
super.
I rest my case.
They're like 30 grand, Jim Miller. I think they're coming out.
No,
this year. They're
I've
out.
seen. I'm amazed.
You haven't seen it?
No, I have seen, not exactly what you're talking about, but the advancements in robotics and what they can do is amazing. Now, when
So
you
the statements out of these people is going to change everything. So it's going to change everything. How do you think it's going to change us?
well,
This.
how is it going to change us if you put AI integrated with the robot? Yeah, I'm not liking that. I saw that movie Will Smith or robots everywhere and
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're talking. That's where we'd be.
Well, the hopes are that it's not going to be like the movie. It's going to be.
Worse.
Hopefully, it's not worse either.
Listen, I have somewhat lost faith
Hey,
in the
anything is
human
possible.
race over the last decade or so. I mean, I'm along for the ride, and I was born at just the right time because I don't really want to know what's at the end of this, how deep the cliff is, you know? But I know we're heading towards it, so. Yeah, if I'm really lucky, you watch out, right? If I should die, look out because I was born at exactly the right time, and that would mean that the best part of it, and heard the best music live. You got it.
So far. Little clip action. Could use more tape.
You know, I can make up another sign. It's got to hold up something and trace it out for you take possession of these and go, and then I can make something a little more mindful. You know.
Medman says, wish he could be out here, but he is arthritis, very bad. Sorry, Medman. That's awful.
Yeah, right when you got to the butt, I'm thinking like make it something to do, not something physically.
Jim's
Didn't work.
the MFing man of OG of New Jersey legalization. Tesla robots are just a gimmick. Tesla can't build a Cybertruck that can make it through a car wash.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
A lot of kids here today.
Yeah, there is. Well, this is also good. They get to see that, like, people can come and do what we're doing. You know, we've got a point. There's something about scary Scuteri, you know, it's Halloween. Maybe they.
Scary.
Scary Scuteri.
Oh, his office,
sure
do they
is.
say Scuteri or Scutar when they answer? Lefty did.
Oh, did you? We have to replay it. I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. On the answering machine, it's Scuteri.
It's Scuteri.
The answering machine is Scuteri.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they wouldn't want to. Yeah.
That doesn't mean that it's pronounced that way.
Yeah, but it rhymes with all way better stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
now it is then.
You
It's a
know,
lot more fun
It
with
doesn't matter what
that
he
way.
says.
Scuteri berry. He's very Scuteri berry. Say it all. There's all sorts of stuff. Ari.
very Scuteri.
Yeah. Very scary.
Do not name a strain after him, please. Very Scuteri.
Yeah, it was. There's a Governor Murphy. What's the? There's a Murphy strain. Is
Oh,
that?
please.
There is. Didn't you hear?
No.
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 Yes, I'll look it up on my smart machine here.
Go ask Siri. Yeah, it's Murph OG. Well, that's what was planted at the State House. We planted Murph OG at the State House
Is
here.
that what? Oh, well, then you do know about. it.
No, that's what we planted. We called it that. It was Murph OG. Is that Murphy right here? In the black big truck? This is an important person here. It's an important guy. Tell anyone who gets out of one of those with an assistant, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. See, you're saying
Get him.
a guy with an assistant. I saw a woman. I saw a woman with an assistant who's a guy. And you were talking about the guy having a woman assistant. You sexist pig. Right? Who's carrying the bag? Right? The assistant should be carrying the bag.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Can we get a few questions? Look at all these people.
Please take one. They're there for a reason.
I would love to have questions with these people.
People want to know.
So there you go. Thank you. Yep, that's the history of non-home grow.
Yeah.
Home grow is a non-starter. People that are sick and dying cannot get home grow. They go to jail.
And for the first time,
What they're doing over there? They're giving out. What are they doing over there? They're giving out pamphlets too. That's smart. What is this? What is this group? I want to know what this group is. This is a very large constituency here.
that's really, they're on the ball there.
Yeah, they're getting handouts across the street by people in blue shirts. Very smart. Very smart.
Organized, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, actually, everything's relative, and we're comparing it to us, saying that's very smart.
you got 4 people.
Yeah, we got to ask a really smart person if that's smart, because we're not that smart.
Where are they going?
You know what I mean, right? Like, it's relative. You want to be smart, hang with stupid people. I mean, it's relativity. You don't have to get smarter, just hang with stupider people. It's real, right? It's all relative. I mean, it's
That's very
funny,
true.
but I don't mean, oh, look at that. Atari's trying to get noticed. He looks angry. Next time he starts rocking and rolling like that, I got to get a quick video. I hope he still has the other sign. I'll be right back.
I think he
need to check,
does.
but
I
we
think the other
he-
sign is still on there. He's holding steady.
Yeah.
Holding steady, Captain. Yeah, so like 100 people literally walked down the sidewalk, and then people in blue shirts are handing. Hey Jim, go get what those papers. Go get one of those papers what they're handing out. Pretend like you're with that group. Pretend. Look important. He took his bandana off, and he's walking across the street. He's gonna do some spying and find out what they're doing. He's gonna say, "Hey, can I have one?" Like, you're not one of them. You can't have one. Slav's gonna go get one too. He's like, "Hey, it's free. It's for me." Slav's like, "Hey, if it's free, I'll take 3." Slav's like, "Is there candy? Is there any candy to give away with that? I'll take some." Yeah. The cars are not even stopping for pedestrians. There's people in the crosswalk and people are not stopping. Wow. And they're doing like 40. People are nuts over here. They're doing like 40 miles an hour here. Whoa. Okay, there goes the black truck with the important people in there, VIPs. who that was. But they have a Senate assembly a quorum today. Both. They have assembly quorum and a Senate quorum. So they did pass a bill to allow food, a limited amount of food in dispensaries. So that's actually a good thing because it's the stupidest rule I ever heard. But are they just talking about edibles or are they talking about regular food? So we need regular food too. I want some extra toasty Cheez-Its and some port wine cheese and some olives. Okay, they look happy. They look like they got something going on there. They're reading something. They're making friends over there. Jim and Slav are actually putting on blue shirts, and they're going to be handing out stuff with that. Hey guys, hey, I thought we were doing something over here. They're over there in blue shirts now. Slav and Jim put blue shirts on, and they're over there handing out brochures in blue shirts. Wow. Oh no, they're taking them off. All right, they took off the blue shirts, and now they're coming back. Did they?
As if they know.
What-
They're 3 steps ahead of us. Or should I say 2?
What was that all about? Other states don't leave workers to die of heat stroke. Why does New Jersey? So what was the group of people that were walking? Who were they trying to affect? There was a committee or a hearing or?
I don't know. I thought we could reverse engineer that. Just look at what committees we're meeting today and when, and we'll know.
Good idea. Oh, A3521 will ensure that employers all across New Jersey protect their workers from extreme heat in the way that responsible employers already do. Like having a plan in place to prevent workplace extreme heat, illness, and injury, and a plan to respond to emergencies. Making sure workers have access to water during extreme heat conditions.
This is really important.
Allowing workers who work in extreme heat to take breaks in areas with shade or air conditioning.
Why you say it like that? It sounds almost demeaning.
Why?
It sounds like you're making fun of it or something.
I am not.
I know, but it sounds like
I'm
it.
not.
I know you're not, but it's not all about me.
Taking measures.
Am I Abbott or Costello? How did that work out? Come on, man. I want to be Abbott. I'm tired of being Costello. No, wait.
Okay, I'll read it normal. Taking measures to limit the time that workers are exposed to extreme heat.
So have you? I worked out in the heat my whole life as a carpenter.
And the cold.
And the cold. Yeah, but with the I imagine there'd be a reverse thing for that. Like if you start freezing and getting frostbite, you can stop. But to be in the heat, and I've been on the bad end of what happens when you go too far. When I was young and strong and I would not quit, heat did me in, and it damn near killed me. And then other times, I know what it's like to have cramps all over my body and pass out from pain. You know, I mean, you get one, you hold. It was because I wouldn't. But then when you need it, it's it does kill. And I know you got to get the crops in or whatever, but somebody's looking out for them. So.
Moldberry Scuteri strain seems fitting. Seems he's rotten. Moldberry Scuteri.
So
Moldberry. Moldberry. Oh, shit. Oh, here. Not if Trump deports 11 million. So, yeah, the bill is A3521 and S2422. It protects workers from extreme heat. Yeah, so pass that, please. I was definitely not making fun of that. I definitely support that. Totally support that. A3521 and S2422.
What would be the keywords for that? In other words, a number and all that. Nobody.
Worker safety. Like these guys work in the heat, they work in the cold, they work all the time. They want protection too.
Well, there's a Star Ledger editorial board as well. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's there's not. It's like, what's it about? There's supposed to be a hook.
What's it all about? Well, that's good work though. Whatever they were
We
doing.
want to protect workers from extreme heat, and you know, we think of heat being outdoors. You know how hot it is working in certain maintenance areas,
Yes.
indoors,
boiler rooms,
all sorts of stuff. You know,
up in an attic, working on
In a kitchen.
stuff.
The
Kitchen.
restaurant
Yeah.
kitchen. Oh my God.
Restaurants, all the
it's
time.
really odd though watching somebody else like be there, hand out all the information for something that I actually really support. You know, I mean,
Usually people that are out here are
Legit.
supporting good causes usually.
yeah, you know what? I think I
Pretty
agree.
much.
I agree with 3 out of 4.
Too
at least.
legit.
yeah,
to quit.
most of them.
Too legit.
Yeah. No, you know, I've been inspired by other people sometimes, but I like being where they're going, and they expressed agreement as well. You know that what you're doing is important too. I'm good. You know, but the one time I couldn't say that was the guy that I liked what he was doing at the Toms River Post Office with Dover at the time, Dover Township police cars monitoring his First Amendment rights there, and he had a little table set up and a picture of Obama Hitler mustached, you know, and that's what I did. I laughed right off. And I said, holy crap, right now, he's demonstrating and supporting his convictions while I was on my way to the beach. It was a Saturday morning, a good morning at a post office. He was there, and he's allowed to be there, and he's there, and I thought, hey, he ruined my beach day, for real. I mean, I'm like, how can I enjoy this now? We used to get great enjoyment out of body surfing, you know, and when you know that there's something going on, but
Scutari ruined legalization.
He did.
yeah.
He ruined some people's lives.
Well, this is the last State House Thursday podcast. Other than again, Thanksgiving, been no plans.
Yeah,
So.
Thanksgiving. I don't know. That counts. Does it?
It's
Kinda.
It counts. That's why I
Counts.
call it. It counts. And if you were, I tried to figure out how many. And
Lot.
it's easy.
lot.
The first 3 years,
It was weekly.
it was.
This is madness.
It was.
It's madness.
That's
It
insane.
was
It's not.
34.
There's no number. It's madness.
How do we do weeklies for those years? I don't know how we.
Well, we did it 33 and 34 weeks
Yeah.
per year.
Yeah.
In those 3 years, I missed 4, which pretty good, you know, because it was like, well, it was like then, you know, it was like your podcast, and I was, well, it's the same thing. I would be Ed McMahon. Yeah. Okay. You're Johnny Carson on Ed. There you go.
Ho ho!
Yes.
Ho ho!
How hot was it?
Hey-oh!
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but
I missed that.
10 years is
Wow, I can't believe it's been 10 years.
it's a long
I
time.
can't believe it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been 10 years
Can't
left.
believe That's
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
How much weed have we consumed in the past
Oh,
10 years
Well, let's see.
here?
You'd have to break that down into the kind of consumption too. All right,
I
for
think
the
it'll
flour.
be like metric tons.
Yeah, yeah.
Depends when the hippies are here. Oh, forget about it.
I don't smoke as much as I used to, but I do a couple times a day. Take a fingerful of the food grade ingredient in making cookies, kind of like eating cookie dough. You know, the ingredient. You know, I do that, and it's potluck. I don't know exactly how much I'm taking. Then I don't smoke as much. A couple puffs, and I'm nice. And I think overall it somehow is more economical. However, that wouldn't matter if I could grow my own. Because whatever I grow, I would make into edible, which also works incredibly on my
Everything.
still permanently injured feet.
Everything.
Really,
Really.
there, you know.
Yeah. Once it's in your body, it's going everywhere, man. I'm sorry to tell you that, but you're all getting healed.
I like
know.
the, I like the RSO. That's very helpful.
Yeah.
And the rosin, but I can't afford rosin. But that's what I really need is rosin.
What's live resin?
That's right from the plant. That's when they press the. Well, that's when they make bubble hash.
That's as soon as they cut it, right?
Yeah, they cut it and they press
Like it's
it.
not cured yet.
But where you can make bubble hash and then press that. And that's
Yeah, because
That's what I like.
I did have I did acquire a small amount, 2 grams, and
it's a lot.
yeah, well, you know, it worked real well,
Yeah,
you know.
that stuff's
You
amazing.
can take one. Information, take
Yeah,
one.
help yourself. They're free. It's the history of homegrown New Jersey. Why patients are suffering and dying and forgotten about.
Please, somebody grab some information going by.
We will never forget.
You don't have to read it. Just pretend like you had an interest.
And by the way, there's no wheelchair access to dispensaries. That's how far we've fallen off the radar. Dispensaries have no protocol for wheelchair accessibility.
Most have it, but the problem is they're allowed in their initial plan to have a building that meets every one of their how many requirements for where you're going to do this do they have. It's huge. It must be like a book's worth of stuff. You know what they don't have in that book?
Minutia.
That it's accessible. You can have a building that's ADA grandfathered in, not accessible, and they will grant you a license to have a dispensary permit there. And why? What? How tone deaf is that to the mission of the original dispensaries when it was all about patients?
I want to see little Pete's shop, not a huge, mega $1 million operation. I want to see little Susie and Bobby's little weed corner store that they grow weed and like on top of their roof or something.
Oh, here we go. Clarification. Live rosin is frozen bubble hash, then pressed. That's what I like. Live rosin is what I like. And then
Rosin resin, same thing, different.
no live labeled product means the plant was frozen at harvest, so it's technically still live when processed. Theoretically, all the cannabinoids are still there. Some are lost in drying and curing. Okay.
I mean, ignorant as I am, I'm hearing rosin and resin. Is it the same thing?
No, it's not.
Live resin is frozen cannabis processed using butane. Live rosin
Okay.
is frozen bubble hash, then pressed.
Okay, now I know. I had Group A.
One to grow on. Ho ho!
And it's all different. It makes you feel different.
No.
Hey
Yes, it does. It gets you lifted the same, but it makes you feel different. And degrees of one or the other.
You know, I really fully enjoy that on my 3-decade journey with medical cannabis in New Jersey. It's longer than that now. I really enjoy that for the first decade and a half, I was always the smartest guy in the room anytime there was a discussion about that. 15 years. Not every time,
Right.
because I would go to learn, but I'm talking about when, you're just talking. I'm not talking about going to a seminar, and just when it comes up. Now, the shift was slow at first, but then more dramatic. I am probably most often, if not the least smart person on the subject in the room. I'm pretty close to the bottom a lot. I mean, I got to have like a wheelhouse within that, and I do. But I like that. I don't feel like I've been intellectually left behind by people that have learned so much more. I learn from them. I like learning. And some people just, well, if that's not the way they do something, they assume their way is best. But how do you really know? Even when it's counterintuitive, meaning it doesn't make sense, but then as you do it, you find out. There's just certain mysteries you can't solve with logic, though, like toilet paper over the top on the roll or underneath. I've heard discussions on that that blow my mind, you know. This is kind of nice, you know, without the top on. With the top on, we'd have been down the road by now. Next time, probably next year, obviously. But we're gonna make this more like a Ratari cage, so he doesn't have to be like hooked to a tree on a windy day, you know, like King Kong or something. You could have the top on his own little thing on a non-windy day, and he could be like burst right through the top. He's so tall he couldn't fit under, you know. It's just to get people look. You know, it's sort of. I don't know why it's hard for people to understand. Sometimes you need to do this sort of thing to actually get somebody to look. You know, I mean, even at the sign, you know. But if it's just a sign, there's signs all over. You put it next to a 10-foot rat holding his own signs. And, you know, we do this, I guess, because it's a nice shade tree when it's hot and all. It's just been our place for a while now. But people sometimes feel more free looking at the signs, not right here. They don't really want to you know, they don't want to be drawn in, but you know, if the idea is to get an interest from passersby, that's a tough plural. Yes, passersby. I said it. What's going on? You got some information? Hold on. One of these things. No. A handout. You go. There you go. That'll explain what's up. That's yours. Spread it around. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's I got information from somebody that was here. Leave worker. We need workers protections for working in the heat. So if you ever get hot when you're working, there's a number here.
We gave him a better one, Jim. You can stop trying. How do y'all do a pamphlet with weed on it? First weed, then no heat.
Yeah. You know, another thing, occasionally if I have more than one beer, it never gets more than 3. The first one's always best. You know, it's just after that it doesn't, you know. But, and it's the same thing with having a smoke. You know, if I'm pretty high and then I come to set up, I'll get it set up, but there's pressure today. The wind didn't want to miss, so I didn't. But then I'm finding my first decent high of the day, you know, I'm already here. I feel like stupid and smart all at the same time. You never know which is going to be exhibited. You know, there's no center of the road for me. And it's a lot of fun, though. And I get to do that, you know. Take time, prepare for the setup, and then have fun when you do something as well. I hear the wind. I see him having a little tree. That usually means there's going to be something blowing away. That was a poem. See my backup, right? Yeah. I'm backing up on my shortstop days. That sucker is rolling off. You got it, and I was.
Fix that now.
Yeah, I got my reaction time back. I am just so happy that those foam boards aren't moving over there. And before I take them away, I got to take a picture of why that is.
That's pretty impressive.
Well,
It's very windy.
I had the right amount of weight in there, and it blew the side like a sapling tree blowing over, you know what I mean, which crimped everything. So what happens is with all the gallons of water I got filled up and the curved edging blocks concrete that I got. Yeah, one goes to one side, one goes to the other. A hand for all four of us then. We
Yes.
belong.
Hey, Meredith, thank you.
Birds of a feather. That's what we are. There you go. Doesn't it just
Right on.
Doesn't it just
Yes, medical cannabis.
she wouldn't have minded your beginning music. Lefty has some stuff that had a lot of F-bombs going off in it. And while I liked it,
There was children.
I had to be like that fatherly influence, you know. Come on, son. You know, woman's gonna come walking by her with a child, have a broomstick up her ass, and she's gonna go back in and complain. And the state police that work so well with you. Did you know? Seriously, I don't know if you have a copy of one of your permits, you know, that you sign, but unless they made things easier for people, which isn't their way. It said no freestanding signs. Like technically, those are freestanding signs. You know, you want to hold a sign. I mean, you know, your little
Well-
stuff here.
Okay, I guess.
I've beat stuff in. We planted a pot garden and didn't get in trouble. You think that's going to happen if they had to satisfy complaints about the F bomb
We did
every
plant
10
a pot
seconds?
garden
Yeah, but that's because
twice.
you know, we don't go beyond, you know, I mean, and they're used to people that do. I mean, they know, "You tell me what," you know, they get that a lot. We just don't see it. So while, you know, it seems like we're some sort of not tame group, you know, with a 10-foot rat. We're always
tame rat.
mindful. We're always mindful that, you know, they've been working with us since we've been here, pretty much.
For 10 years.
When we had for a year signs up along, you know, the walkways, the ramps that go up each side to the main steps, had fence railing, which was prime backdrop for all the signs we put. And then one day came out and said, "You can't do it." And I said, "Why?" Because I was the one that was yelling it down. No,
look at the
no,
paper you signed.
It was more, no. It was more because I said so, sort of, you know.
Because I said so.
Nicely, I'm asking you, and I said, well, I'm going to say okay. If you tell me right now, step left, I'm going to step left. You tell me step right, I'm going to step right. You tell me take the signs down, I'm going to take the signs down. I'm just wondering.
Tobacco?
What?
Are you smoking tobacco?
I'm smoking a blunt.
Did you
Havana
quit-
leaf. This is a Havana leaf.
Did you quit smoking cigarettes?
Yeah, long time.
Really? How long ago?
I don't know.
I don't remember you ever smoking. But I wouldn't have, I might not have noticed.
You know me for a long time, so that's long enough, I guess, because I don't
Yeah.
remember long enough.
Yeah, I quit, you know, at some point and didn't have
Yeah.
blunts. But you know when the first time I had a blunt? It's apropos. It was when I pushed the wheelchair across the state and I was
Really?
tired all night. When I got into Trenton proper.
What?
Listen to me. I got into Trenton proper. I'm pushing with the wheelchair with the sign about medical marijuana, you know, for multiple sclerosis. And there's a couple brothers sitting on the front porch looking at me and goes, "What you
Let me
got?
get a
What do you
tray.
got?" So I turned the
Can
wheelchair
I get a rolling
towards
tray?
him. So I turned the wheelchair towards him with the sign. And the
Gracias.
guy holds up a blunt and goes, "You want some?" And my first reaction was, "Man, that's a whole tobacco wrap. I don't." Hell yeah! I walked across the
Hell
street.
yeah.
I'm so tired. So I spent like maybe 20 minutes on the front porch with him, hanging out. And I had my blunt out. You know how much nicer the walk in was? And I ended up right there.
Who's this in the truck? Anybody important? Same people from before.
You never know. I remember one time that happened with Cory Booker. Actually, what was fun about that is the what was that? What would that be? Just a black SUV, but really official looking. It came by, and as it went by, it was a beep, 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 like a support. And then not that long later, it's like, oh, look, here it comes again. Pulled over, and the window goes down, and it's like, that's Cory Booker. What's up, dude?
Amazing.
I mean, but, well, it's the whole purpose of being here. You don't know who you're gonna run into. Not so much the way it was. That was over there. That was when we were in front of the actual State House. I don't know what the deal is. I mean, the same amount of people go to work. They're going in there, but it's not like it was. I think they go from the indoor parking lot because it's like right here, and doing that from the State House, you're just as good parking outside sometimes. I never thought that today, with the wind predicted for the canyon here, that I would see somebody with a tray getting away with it, rolling one up, man. Been to enough festivals that didn't work. It's a good day. It stopped just to get it rolled.
Go Slava. Go Slava. Woo.
That sounded like your theme song.
Woo. Woo. Come on, guy.
The last pod.
Wow. There's still one more.
We did 14 at the end of the season. Or were they?
Some people-
Did the first one with a hot spot.
Oh, what a hot spot.
Remember that? That was the beginning.
Hey, since we got the rat, we definitely got to come back next year. We should do the hot box for home grow in January, the middle of January, the coldest day of the year. Let's do a hot box for home grow. We'll get Chris Goldstein out here.
Yeah, no wind
Let's call him up.
on a non-windy, cold day.
Let's call up Chris.
That was awesome. There was like 22 people or so. How was it? A 10 by 12 by 12? How big was-
That was a nice one.
You know what I liked about that? You could not pass a joint. Everybody had one. Some people had two.
Geez, which number do I call? I hope it's this one. Slav, you not smoking tobacco?
Hey, what's up?
No, I'm
Chris
being
Goldstein.
economical.
Yes.
It's
It
Lefty and Jim. We're at the State House. We miss you, bro.
Ah. How are you? I'm in the car in Pennsylvania.
Oh,
We're right next to
It's a
Pennsylvania.
very
Come
nice
on.
day. It's a very nice day. Yes, I'm out here
It's
in
windy.
the I'm further away in Pennsylvania, and that I'm between Philadelphia and Harrisburg, I guess I would say.
Oh.
So, but yeah, it is a little windy, but it's a nice brisk fall day.
We
I
got
guess
we
it
got
was-
signs at our phone board, dude. It's not good. Now you know what? I'm gonna take pictures. I got some freestanding sandwich board, like where they're up leaning on each other, fastened at the top, and I got something across the bottom phone board. But it's what I had to do to find a way that didn't keep it from bending like a sapling, even if it wasn't gonna move. It's phone board. Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, here
There you go.
what I did is I took one small toke in the morning, only so I knew I was getting up, you know, and then nothing until we're done setting up with the wind, and nothing while I'm packing the car. And do I have it all? And I'm picturing, and it took all of that. So it's like a little self-awareness. On the downside of that, once the podcast started, I'm freewheeling with whatever Lefty's rolling up, and it's my first of the day, so I'll probably make a fool of myself on this podcast if that's even possible.
I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine. And I just did a podcast with Dave Biesenstock from High Times. Remember Bean from High Times Magazine?
Yeah.
I just did a podcast with him, and I realized by the end of it, when I listened to it, like when he put it out a week later, like I just was constantly smoking and rolling joints while talking. It was really funny. Like I was like, wow, listen to how relaxed and funny I am at the end of this, like compared to the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
it was.
Well,
Yeah, no. So you guys are you guys? It was funny. I was pointing out to somebody the other day that Sherelle Parker, the mayor of Philadelphia, made a big stink in the press about how she could do more for Vice President Harris in her run for president. And I got me thinking about how some of the Democrats in New Jersey are just. It's not like you see Nick Scutari out there doing any heavy campaigning. You know what I mean?
huh.
We called his office this
And-
morning.
Hold on. He's got a point here.
What's that?
No, go ahead.
No, I was
Who was at his office this morning?
We called him because he's here. There's a Senate and Assembly quorum.
Oh yeah.
so we wanted him to know the phone number he could call in. He didn't have to come out. You can look out a window. We'll wave at him.
Yeah, just look out the window and look at your effigy.
No, we're being.
Oh my God. It's not an effigy, for God's sake. An effigy is what you put over somebody's tomb after they die.
What when you burn someone in effigy? What is that when you burn someone in effigy?
Yeah. I know he just made our day,
You're not
right?
gonna- look, the unions will not be happy if you set the rat on fire, okay? This is a multi-use rat and not a pyrotechnic rat, all right? Like, save your pyrotechnic rats for the Dungeons and Dragons protest, my friend, and so that we can retain D&D in schools or something. But
man.
look, no.
Although it would be a hell of an effect.
When you burn.
It's what we do to a
For
rat. you know.
God's sake. For God's sake, if you want to burn Scutari in effigy, you better roll a joint that looks like his face or something like that. You know what I mean? But then you wouldn't be
yeah.
able to smoke it because you'd be like, no.
No, we're not. I think really all we're doing is just trying to have an explanation, a quick discussion. It's not about having a fight. It's about we don't know if there's a fight for us to have because we don't know why any of this is happening. And we're of this strange mindset that patients especially should know why they can't grow their own. And they tend to ask us, and we don't know because totally ignored. So anyway, that resonates with people. It's just about finding out why we're being ignored. There's no lower backstepping to do. It's not about getting the bill passed. It's not about getting co-sponsors. It's not even about getting it heard in committee. It's good.
I'm going to read this to you. An effigy is a roughly made model of a particular person made in order to be damaged or destroyed as a protest or expression of anger. Example, the senator was burned in effigy. I am not lying. The senator was, it says it.
No, I'm aware, but you're not going to destroy the rat, right? You're not going to set it on fire.
Yeah, it's not an effigy till it's
We're gonna,
burned.
when we deflate it, we'll
It's
kick
not
it.
An effigy.
We'll
An
kick it.
effigy is
We'll kick it.
That does not damage a rubber rat. If I walk up to a rubber rat and I kick it, I'm not damaging it at all. I'm just playing advocate in court for you here, okay?
This is
You
one
might
of-
loosen the seams.
Oh, this is one of the best Christianity, biblical, whatever discussion I've heard. This is right up at the
Yeah.
top.
It's an effigy legally. You're right. If you were going to burn the rat, it would be an effigy. Or if you're going to install a rat at the, I don't know, if there's the Scutari family crypt, in Essex, there's the Scutari crypt with all the Scutari family members, and you installed the rat there as a representative of one of them, it would be an effigy. But right now, as it stands, It's not an effigy. It's a symbol.
Yeah, well,
and that's okay.
if his family was
I
there,
think
one
it's
of them
a-
could represent our point of view.
I think it's statuary. Is in a way like. I think in a way, you know what you should do if this doesn't get done by Thanksgiving. You centerpieces with miniature rats in the center of them. You know, eating marijuana plants, and then auction them off as a fundraiser for the campaign. Look, guys, I think that the only way to get at Scutari is to, my suggestion has been like this all year, a larger public advertising campaign. Buy an ad in the Newark Star-Ledger. Buy a billboard out on the roads in front of his office.
They do that on
I
Handshake
don't
now,
want
do
to
they? I walk in and I say, all I got is a handshake. I want to add. Yeah. Give it.
No,
We-
they need- you
what's
need
what's the
money.
bank account we got, Lefty? What's the total worth of Sativa
Look,
Press?
I've set you
No,
up
say
with
what,
a $1 million.
$300? $500?
I have already
Whoa.
set you up with a $1 million fundraiser today. All you need to do is contact some manufacturers in China for miniature Scutari rats.
Did you say
Have them
China?
shipped here to the United States. Sell them for $20 each as a fundraiser. This for as Thanksgiving centerpieces, like I was saying, and then you'll make $1 million, and then off that $1 million, you'll buy your billboard.
We're not
It's
smart
that
enough to
simple.
do that, but you are. Are you offering?
It's the American dream. It's the American dream. Yes, you're smart enough to do that. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to manipulate you into being involved, helping us out, being our advisor, being
am
on call.
involved.
Chris, what do we do now? Because you do have a lot of good answers for things like this. You know more about this, and we just talked about. Can't say, well, I think we should try and find out. And if fail, you fail. But I don't like my own self-fulfilling prophecy of, we can't do that. Because if I don't for us to try, then all I am is relying on my own self-fulfilling prophecies. It won't happen if you don't try.
Look, Jim, I'm willing to try, and I'm out here in Pennsylvania today,
Yeah.
where we have 12,000 arrests a year, 32
Yeah.
people getting arrested every day, and as a volunteer activists, again, we all got to put our time in where we think it's best. So that's what I'm doing too at this time of year. Well, will Nick Scutari and the New Jersey legislature pass a bill to legalize home cultivation in short order? All the signals I get are we have most of the legislature behind us. They are afraid of their leadership being the person of Nicholas Scutari. They
I agree,
have
yeah.
carefully not crossed on this issue other than to co-sponsor bills and introduce them. He has used his power to thus battle back the effort by not scheduling those bills for any votes or committee. Even when they're scheduled, he rips them off. Dude, I mean, there's there's a point at which, you have to consider, again, I think he's crossed the lines, the legal lines of an ethics violation with a lot of his rhetoric around home grow. He has overly zealously protected the cannabis industry. You could, as well as we've talked about, file an ethics complaint over this. Will the same legislators who are afraid of Scutari then hold him to ethics account? I don't know. I mean, I hate to speculate, but I doubt it.
Well, I
know-
think this is really something that a path I can see happening, but I'm being overly cautious perhaps on taking all these little steps first and being rebuffed and dropping off a phone number you can call and being rebuffed. Trying to think of a path that leads up to, okay, we've had enough. We're filing an ethics complaint. It's sort of like not willy-nilly. We didn't just say, let's do that. It's.
I'm not filing an ethics complaint because he won't meet with us. I'm filing an ethics
I know. I'm
complaint
saying,
because
but if he,
violated the
yeah.
ethics of the law.
I agree. But
in
Chris,
his
I agree.
ridiculous BS.
I agree. But if he said, I'll talk with you because he'd rather have that than an ethics complaint, I'd call that a negotiation.
no, I call that blackmail, and I would still.
I
file
didn't hear
the
that.
ethics
Was that
complaint.
blacktail?
You know, no. Honestly,
Sometimes
I'm
when
not
it's not,
threatening.
yeah.
I'm not threatening Scutari with an ethics complaint. I'm simply saying it exists. Anybody could do
Well,
it.
why wouldn't? Why
Well,
wouldn't?
I think it's terribly.
Call it
think it's
something
terribly-
other. I call it negotiating. You call it threatening. It's the same thing. Wow, I actually
I don't
listen.
think
I
I need
listened
to
to myself.
respond
I
to-
listened to myself and went, "Wow, yeah." I'm having a good
That's
time,
great.
Chris.
I'm not sure that they're going to respond to that type of negotiation, which is why.
Oh,
I don't do it.
you know it's
I
probably
mean,
not.
I've talked about the ethics.
Yeah.
I've talked about the ethics complaint because it's a parallel thing.
Oh,
Because-
we should be ready to go on that. Absolutely. There's no reason not to run that up the flagpole. I mean, it takes what it takes to. Well, I don't know what it takes. That's why we got you now. See, you can be in.
No, that's
No, we could be in Harrisburg. All we need is advice, and you have sage advice. That's what we come to you for. So whether or
Well,
not
I-
it's what I would do, we're most often going to at least start down a path of something that sounds as good as what you're talking about. I'm sure of that. Oh yeah, one more thing though. You can't jump off with that, Lefty. He had an original reason of calling. He wanted to do another hot box for home grow on a cold winter day where there's no wind or something like that. And the last one was so good that you brought that wonderful tent and everybody loved it. And you got all those interviews too for the, why are we still waiting? So you got that whole time last time, just a pretty good little video.
So you want the tent again? Unfortunately, I have to say the tent has been pitched in a field in Westchester, Pennsylvania, since April. Okay, it is there. It's now my girlfriend's mower garage at her farm. So
That's a
it's a
good
tool
one, man.
shed.
That's good. Yeah, that's
it is all true. I'm gonna text you pictures of this.
No. I don't mean.
you know,
I'm just saying that's you could say, okay, Jim, 10 things that somebody might say. Here's why I can't do that. You could say 1,000 things, and I never would have come across that. It's awesome.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
You know?
it got turned into a shed in a farm project where we are. You can look it up online. Just free plug here. You can go look up Prancing Pony Flowers on Instagram, and you can scroll down and you'll see the glamping tent that you know and love as now the office of the farm. So and without the floor, with my girlfriend parking the mower, we got right now we got all the tools in that very tent. So and also I will point this out that it has been erected on the same property since April. The front awning has blown off. It's gotten a little wear and tear. So I don't think it's even good enough for podcasting anymore.
No, it's fine. It's
let
fine.
alone glamping.
It's fine. Just break it down in January. We're fine.
Yeah,
I have a lot of other tents, but none as gloriously cabin-like as that one. you know?
I think there was
you gotta
20.
give it a proper burial.
There was plenty of people in that tent that enjoyed that day in that tent. They have tents. Somebody has a tent.
Let's buy one.
Yeah, no, we just
Let's give a cross tent.
invite somebody that has a tent.
Yeah, ours was I think that was like $500 or $600 for that
We
one.
got that.
And
We got that.
I do have to say, free plug to the Big Timber Tent Company.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys. That tent's been on the field all year. It's not really made for that, but it did it well. I think it's done it well. So if you guys do plan on living at the State House and leaving the tent there for 6 months, that's definitely the tent to buy.
Yeah.
So, there's a wood stove. There's a chimney port in that one, if you remember. So you can even put the wood stove in when you're ready. So.
Well, he could get a permit and say I need a permit and all the way up until midnight, and then I'm going to need one for the next day starting at midnight.
Just say that you need a permit. You need a permit for an auxiliary dwelling unit for the governor's office right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're building an ADU for Governor Murphy right now. So, yeah. Next is the treehouse. You remember all the crap they gave us about the grounds during the home grow thing? Wait until we put a tree house in that tree. You know what I mean? We're just gonna move right in. That way we can see right into the governor's office and just wave. You know, it's on the second floor.
We need ninja treehouse builders, you know?
That's great.
Yeah.
You don't hear them.
Yeah, well, call it the treehouse, and that's a nice euphemism for cannabis. So it'll be the treehouse for cannabis activism. You know what I mean? Yes, it will all work. And then we could swing on vines over to the State House when we desire to attend a hearing or something like that. That'll be nice.
I'm gonna be out. I gotta get a picture. I'm gonna be off the mic for a few seconds because Rattari's like really dancing nice. You know, the funny thing is, from a distance, it looks like he's trying to get your attention. You know, and he's holding on to two signs and he's swaying back and forth. But it only works with a quick video, and I got to get that. So off mic.
Yeah, you need some cardboard cutouts of Danny DeVito and the rest of the Always Sunny in Philadelphia folks. So, yeah, you need to do if Scutari doesn't meet with us, you need to, along with the rat, you need to have a cardboard cutout of Scutari that you bring around and just start interviewing him. Didn't you have a Scutari puppet for a while?
Yes.
What happened to that?
Pat Duff
what
has
happened
it.
to the Muppet?
Pat Duff has it. He
Pat
does.
Duff?
He has the Murphy and the Scutari puppets.
Okay, and what is he doing with them? Other than we assume some stuff at home, so
He actually went to a council
He's
meeting.
finally fulfilling his fantasy of influencing government officials to the nth degree.
Well, there's a mayor in Edison who doesn't allow people to wear masks, so we all wore masks. Bong Holio wore his bong suit, and Pat Duff brought a puppet and did a puppet show to make it totally ridiculous.
Okay,
As he had Murphy, he had Governor Murphy almost get kicked out. Actually, Governor Murphy did get kicked out, and it was the greatest thing ever. I'll send you the video. It's really funny.
It was the greatest thing ever. I don't know, dude. You might need a greatest thing ever reevaluation list, all right? Because, maybe you need to go to Vegas or at least Amsterdam. Put a couple other things above the puppet show at the Edison City Council being the greatest thing ever. Just a couple things,
Bro,
all right?
I've been to
That could be
Amsterdam.
that could be the fourth greatest thing ever.
I've been to Amsterdam, bro, and there's nothing better than when you sit there at the bar, at the hash bar, and you pick a bong off the shelf and you order some hash and some weed and you smoke it right there at the bar. Is amazing.
That's really loud. If somebody has to walk by that sidewalk, that woman came and looked over to look at disgusted she was. Didn't even know what we're here for. No, my point is it's a speaker. It's right by the sidewalk. Why is it by the sidewalk? It's a speaker. If it's over there, when they walk by, they're too close to it. It's loud.
I turned it down a little.
Well, either that or I could take the speaker and just move it over there.
That's good now. Now it's better. People aren't supposed to be walking here. The sidewalk's closed, actually.
Okay, that could be their that could be their penalty. I got a 1-inch marker. I'll put it.
You're supposed to be next to the loudspeaker, goddamn.
Well, look, be on the street, Chris. What they got is it blocked off if you're walking towards the actual State House with, after passing here. So now you can't go past the walkway up to the fountain and into the annex. You got to turn or stop. So people are walking through, and he's kind of got a good point. But I prefer, a small sign right on the speaker saying, "Sorry, it's loud, but you're not supposed to be walking here." I don't know.
They look important.
Sorry, it's loud, but you haven't been listening.
Yeah.
Oh, and also though,
We will increase the volume of this podcast each week until you listen.
if this was
That's what you should do. Do a call out to musicians. You know what I mean? Because it's winter and a lot of musicians, they're down for the winter. Have like an amplifier convention at the State House where metal bands from around New Jersey come and bring their amplifiers for you to amplify your message to the legislators.
What did you say, Jim? That's who? Is that somebody important? I thought I saw someone important before.
I saw somebody important looking, walking in, taking pictures of us, and then taking pictures of the signs in
Yeah.
particular.
Yeah, and they look.
He was like, he was a sharp dressed man,
Sure was.
and not young, like a man of authority.
Did you see his shoes? Wow.
We're all old too. What the hell are you talking about? I'm like 48. Jesus.
Not bad one.
Willie Nelson's like 99.
Woo! Good old Willie.
Yeah. Anyway, it's
Are you guys gonna go to the Willie Nelson cannabis community
no.
thing for Harris today?
Really?
Oh.
No, I didn't know that was happening.
It's a Zoom. If you go to my Twitter and look it up on social, you can register for it. It's
Oh.
basically an online
Take
campaign
one.
thing.
Information. Take
So
it.
I'm going to.
should be interesting.
Oh, no.
Governor Jared Polis, Kamala Harris, Whoopi Goldberg, Willie Nelson.
I'm actually going to an award ceremony for Eric Lagrange. He won the Mike Leone Accessibility Award, the award that I won a few years ago. He won it now, so I'm going to go congratulate him at this award ceremony. It's a real fancy dinner.
The Rutgers football player, is that him?
Yeah. He's got a line of bourbon.
Good for him, man.
Yeah.
Are you saying that there's a guy who's selling bourbon? You're interviewing a bourbon salesman today?
Well, he used to play football for Rutgers, and he got paralyzed, and so now he's a disability activist, and
That's interesting. And the bourbon thing is part of that?
that's his business that he started after he became paralyzed because he can't play football, because he would have been an NFL player. So
That's interesting.
yeah, so he started a business for bourbon, and he makes his own bourbon, and he sells it in the store.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, I'm not into bourbon, but hey, whatever, man. That's what you're into. Cool. I support it.
You're branching out.
Yeah, I like weed. I would do a weed thing, but everybody got.
You never know. You could store a lot of bourbon in a wheelchair. You know what I mean? Like you could fill all the tubing with bourbon, and then you could be a cross bourbon wheelchair activist as well. That does seem dangerous, though.
There's a
Could
lot.
catch fire.
Wheelchairs are a security risk. I say it all the time because I've gotten into places where they didn't check underneath or in the battery pack or in that. There could be anything in there. There could be anything in a wheelchair. You would never know. Just saying. And people in wheelchairs are mad at me for
Okay.
saying that. Don't make our lives harder. Well, I went to a NASCAR race one time, and they just said, "Okay, raise your arms," and I raised my arms, and that was it. Okay, go ahead. It's like, okay. Wow.
What's that?
I don't feel safe.
Yeah.
Knowing that, I don't feel safe.
I think you're going to be okay. I'm not worried about activists like you transforming wheelchairs into obvious objects of nefarious use. So I think that they're more worried about the people in the wheelchairs than they are about the wheelchairs themselves. And that's a sad thing.
The airline.
So, guys,
Yeah, thank you. The airline industry just gave $50 million to $50 billion in lawsuits for people in wheelchairs.
that's true. How much of that are you getting?
I never had a problem on an airline because I would never take a wheelchair on an airplane. It's a nightmare. I heard the stories. No way.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I used to work for United Airlines, and I prided myself on making it easy for people in those situations. And it wasn't easy to make it easy for folks. I'll tell you that.
No,
So
not at all. Well, thanks, Chris. Let's figure out a new tent. We'll get a new tent and let's do a hot box for homegrown in January.
I regret to say I just arrived on the property where the tent is, and it does look, when I think about how glorious and new it looked last year compared to now after sitting out here and being a farm tent this long, it's pretty funny. The other thing is, what do you call, I think that the approach on home grow is got to be a twofold thing next. I think that we need a massive public awareness campaign, and I don't think the late fall and early winter is a bad time for it. I also think that we need to seriously, when I talk about the ethics complaint, it's because of the situation that we're in. Filing the ethics complaint is not going to solve the situation, but it will address what our past abuses. And I think it's still worthwhile. But I think Scutari is not going to be the answer to solving this problem. And thankfully, I don't know if he's going to be Senate president forever. There are other people who could transition into leadership who might be more amenable than he is to this issue. And since it is such a one guy, one issue problem, again, the rest of the legislators seem to be on board with us. And I don't know why we can't break through on this regard.
Yeah, we have to have hope.
But I'm willing to try.
Yeah, I'm
I'm willing to try, guys. I'm willing to try.
Well, thanks. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate all you've done for us and continue to do.
I appreciate you guys being out there. I support everything that you do. And I will be in touch with you soon. Again, post-election, it's going to be a different political nature for us at the state level in both states. So I think that's important to keep our eyes on, too. I hope you saw in Delaware they're doing a lottery for the marijuana licenses. Did you see that today? So they have 1,500 people who've submitted an application to be in a lottery for a chance to own one of 125 dispensary permits.
Oh, wow.
So imagine if you did everything and it was still a lottery. You know what I mean? You submitted your whole permit and you still had to that was just enough to put your name in the pot for the lottery.
Wow.
So that's what Delaware's doing, just FYI. So it's weird. Anyway, that's where we are. Delaware's doing a lottery. To me, that's the opposite of equity or even a try. You know what I mean? That's not even close to even trying for equity. But there it is. That's what they're doing.
What a mess.
Fun times. All right, guys. Well, have a great day out there in New Jersey, and I'll be in touch with you soon.
Thanks, Chris. You're the best, man.
You guys are great. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Take care.
Later.
That's Chris Goldstein, everybody. Yes, I'm going to play something for you here. This is the council meeting in Edison the other day. Let's see. Can we get the volume up on here?
Was at this meeting. Kennedy O'Brien took away Zoom access for the Amel Rampador. Okay. You want to go? Amel Rampador. I have my hand up. I've had my hand up since August, since I was at this meeting. I went to a Zoom meeting and they said that Kennedy O'Brien took away Zoom access for the disabled vets. I said, no. I said, there's Zoom access. I'm going to go to the meeting tonight. I went on the Zoom meeting. And I'm going to raise and lower my hand now. But this one here in the black was playing patty cake with me. Literally, I raised my hand and she would lower my hand. I would raise my hand and she would lower my hand. I would raise my hand and she would lower my hand. For 20 minutes, she did this. She had the energy to take away my First Amendment right when it would take less energy to let me speak and enjoy my First Amendment rights. So this woman, I don't know her name, but she's going to be named in my tort claim as well as the rest of you because you took away my First Amendment rights. You took away rights for the disabled. Now, what's funny is you'll use disabled vets, you use vets for political theater, but you take their disabled vets' access away. And from what I understand, you have a disabled son, and which really, I'm wondering what the disconnect is, because you took away rights for your disabled son to take part in your meeting. Now, if your son is verbal, I don't know if he's verbal, but if he's verbal, when you go home tonight, he should tell you, Pops, you took, disabled rights are human rights. Disabled rights are human rights. Tell him. Disability rights are human rights. You should know that. 68% of Jesus's miracles were for the disabled. Where is your energy at? Where is your energy for the disabled? There's a disconnect here. I want to know what it is because I fight for disabled people. I fight for disabled vets. You use them for political theater. I saw it. I was disgusted by that. You took away Zoom access. For 19 months, you gave disabled vets Zoom access. Disabled vets have been asking for access for years, for church, online school, online counsel, and they gave it to us. For 19 months, you gave all the cancer patients, the MS patients, you gave us disabled access. And then you took it away. You took it away. You. We had it under the last mayor, but you took it away. Why was it taken away? Why was disability rights taken away? Your own son can't take part in these meetings, and his caregiver. How dare you? I'm fighting for your son. And people like him, and disabled vets, and people that are in their deathbed that can't take part. Ephesians 6:12 says we are not to struggle against blood and flesh, but against the authorities, against the rulers of this dark world. And that's you. That is you. Absolutely disgusting display of Christianity and compassion for the disabled. I don't know who you're praying to, but it sure ain't Jesus.
Damn. I was a little heated.
Sorry, man.
A little heated there.
Was that awesome? Or what?
Disability rights are human rights. Disability rights are human
They
rights.
were.
Disability rights are human rights.
They were not moving.
Disability rights.
Hey, listen,
are
I have probably watched that about
human
6 times. You know,
Oh,
it's
you-
more interesting each time because I know what's coming. And it was like definition righteous anger. You know, on display.
Disability rights are human.
I predict
Disability-
they're going to feel good about dropping the rope on this one and saying he's right
disability
because it has happened where he's already got one. What? Where's that? Edison? Yeah, Edison. Where it's like, well, he's right. You know, all it took was one person. He's right, and yeah, they're taking care of it. He's kind of reached his prime.
Disability rights are human
Lefty,
rights.
you gotta. I'll find out. I want to. You gotta have that sectioned off and visible for people because I don't. You know, this is the kind of thing that whatever shorts are, you know, and video. Apparently, it can be pretty effective with just a section of what you did, but it's not so much for like, look what I did. It's look what you can do. For somebody to see that and go, you mean you can go to everybody in New Jersey lives in a town, has a town council, a city council, everybody. It's the way we're set up.
And I'm in pain.
566 municipalities, and they all have to listen to your shit.
And you're in pain.
They got rules. But the point is they have rules, and people don't do that. They don't go and really express themselves. I mean,
You can curse.
oh, you can.
You can. You
But,
can
you,
curse.
you know,
You don't have to. You probably shouldn't, but you can.
well, no, there is time when it seems to be expressed not out of anger, but as the exclamation point,
Well,
it doesn't work.
Well, here's an example why.
But then there's a lot of ways to curse. Some are like way worse than others.
Oh,
I'm just saying,
Paco.
I'm pretty sure I could find several sentences that I wouldn't be allowed to say, but you get to use it. Like, you know, and even so, what the hell, right? That's cursing.
There's something here that was pretty shocking to me.
But fricking isn't going to scare anybody. It's just a matter of the F word. Yeah, I still listen to replays of George Carlin and the 7 dirty words. And, you know.
Where the hell?
Didn't notice so much growing up on him how good a memory he needed to list the things he could list, you know. That's tough. Imagine him testifying in a committee hearing. You know, he wouldn't miss a trick, and it would make sense. You wouldn't see it coming.
This is a sexual assault complaint made against Sam Joshi of Edison.
And he's a council member.
Is that the mayor?
the mayor?
Is that the mayor, I believe? Wow. On 7/5/2022, I was contacted by Redacted regarding a report of sexual assault upon her by Sam Joshi at his residence in Edison Township. Mrs. whatever, she advised that on June 13th, she agreed to meet Mr. Joshi at his home for cocktails. She advised that she was provided multiple alcoholic drinks, approximately 4, by Mr. Joshi, and explained that she began to feel dizzy and ill and eventually vomited. She recalled laying in Mr. Joshi's bed with her slip on, laying in the fetal position,
How much of this you really got to read?
when he came from behind her and penetrated her anus with
All
his...
right, come on, dude. I object, and I'm sitting right next to you. I'm your co-host.
with his pee.
Not seriously. I know you get to say it, but
He penetrated her A with
okay.
his pee. Sorry, this is
It's counter to what we're doing here.
but this is Joshi, the guy that said we couldn't wear masks.
I know,
this-
but look where we are and who's
This is
listening
a,
to
this is a
you.
police report. It's a
It
police
does.
report.
It's conflating
All
with
right.
what we're talking about
All right.
here. They're seeing stuff about Scutari and hearing what you're saying. It's
Well, this is our government.
inappropriate.
This is our
it's-
government.
It's counter to why we're here. I don't give a
right.
flying fuck.
You're right.
There. How's that? Everybody heard that?
Hey,
Seriously,
now you
man.
did it. Now it's your turn.
No, I did it on purpose. See, it wasn't right.
See? There is a time and place.
Well, it's like shaving my head because you got cancer. That was a good analogy. You don't get it yet. It didn't catch up to you. If you had cancer and lost your hair, I'd shave my head for you. So I get to say this shit to you too. That's why you are so good at getting to the edge. You need somebody to bring you back
Just
to
reading
be
a-
the man that I just watched.
Just read a police report.
I know you
It
just
gets,
did.
it gets worse. It
Jake.
gets worse. It gets
It's
worse.
Jake from UFCW.
Yo,
Oh man,
what's
the
up?
whole crew. We got
Yeah.
the A team. Woo-woo.
UFCW in the
Yeah.
house.
Oh man,
Woo-woo.
I should have had the camera set up. I swear to
Yeah.
God, because to play some sort of cool music,
Yeah.
walking on in, it would have been awesome. You know.
What's
Look at
up,
that,
man? How are you, brother?
Hi,
Hi, Kiara, and I'm Lefty. Nice to meet you. Hey, grab that chair and bring it over. And there's probably another one somewhere. There's probably a chair.
Gotta plug our event.
There's an event at the Canna Union Kickback at the Union Hall in Berlin,
Jake,
West Berlin.
you got to chair her.
Expungements. Oh, expungements. We're going to have expungement. MPX is giving you a bunch of weed and dabs and, oh boy, fun stuff going on here.
I've been immediately thrown into it.
I love, you need to do a party. Crab legs and ashtrays. Crab legs and ashtrays all day. Maybe we'll bring some crab legs and we'll do crab legs and ashtrays. I love that. I love that you have ashtrays on the tables. Like, as soon as you walk in, there's ashtrays. It's like, oh, I get it.
Just so you understand, I was the crab leg and ashtray guy, and what I said is we're trying to plan something there, Ken and Jay, you know, and we're getting into the weeds without even getting to the weeds, you know, and it was sort of like, listen, I don't care how we do this, no matter how it works out. Somebody comes home, and a significant other says, "Oh, honey, how was it?" If he would say, "Man, they had ashtrays and crab legs."
What if
That-
we use the empty crab legs as the ashtray?
Yeah, ooh.
Recycling.
But you know, the thing is, when I met Medman outside in the parking lot, we walked in. He said it said cannabis friendly. So I don't know. Do we have a place alongside the building or what? And we walked in. I went, ashtrays. All these empty tables, each one had I was like taken back. So anyway, that's crab legs and ashtrays, and I got to agree. Not necessarily crab legs. It's a metaphor for like and you can eat lots of crab legs.
I'd go for
It's
some
the
crab legs
ashtrays.
right now, honestly. Kind of hungry.
Now I'm starving. Mike, pull up over here. We got a chair for
Yeah,
you right
so how
here.
you guys been doing? What's new?
Because you know what? We got a camera right there. So if you sit over here, we're not going to block the camera. So the County Union kickback, October 26th, Saturday, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Show up. Come through.
Yeah, free food, free expungements from 12 to 3 if
There's
you know anybody.
Free
Free
food?
dabs sponsored by
Free dabs?
MPX.
What?
Free flowers sponsored by
Free
MPX.
flowers? Wait, free food too?
Yeah, free food
Free
too,
food?
sponsored by ShopRite. That's the
What?
cool thing about the UFCW, man. It's
Yeah.
not just cannabis; it's other things too. And we were
Yeah.
able to squeeze ShopRite a little bit and be like, "Hey, man, we need stoner finger foods and drinks."
I'm so excited now. Free food.
He means just asking nicely.
Yeah, we asked very nicely, and Hugh had a really good relationship with one of the ShopRite owners, and the owner of the ShopRite was like, "Yeah, of course, man, I'll hook it up for you. It's no problem." So I'm excited. It's been a crazy, 2 months. It's been running around the chickens without our heads and everything, but we're here. Folks, it's a little windy out here, and I think we might have just lost a nug.
Make sure that's sealed.
That's the dangers of doing this outside on a beautiful fall day, right? Oh, I'm watching nugs roll away right now. They're rolling.
What do you mean, where's the grinder?
I gave you the grinder, sir. Hold on, they're readjusting the set, everybody. We've been torn through with a tornado. Absolutely devastated, even. The rat is still standing, though. The rat stands strong.
Are you planning on bringing that to the hall? Right? We just need to clear that. Totally.
No, we unfortunately can't bring the rat. I wish we could.
Yeah, we just send mixed messages. I think having it at our own hall.
Blow and smoke up everybody's ass.
Here, give oh yeah. Give
Let's walk. Grab that.
Actually, here we go. Kiara,
Yeah, introduce yourself, sir.
day 4. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, welcome.
This is Kiara, everybody.
Hi, Kiara.
Hi guys, my name is Kiara. I'm new to the team and I'm happy to be joining and helping everybody, get their wish and so we could grow and spread the word so everybody could get their medicine and be happy. That's the whole purpose of all this.
Yes. Kiara, how old were you when you first smoked cannabis, and is there a story behind it?
I started smoking cannabis when I had my knee surgery back in 2016. Actually, no, 2017. I had it done during the summer for like the junior going into senior year. And I really started discovering it more then because the medicine that they were giving me prescribed wasn't working. I felt more numb than I did anything else. Like I felt isolated from my friends. I didn't want to do anything. So once I discovered cannabis, it helped with my swelling. It helped with my activity. I focused a lot more in school, as a matter of fact, believe it or not. So none of my friends knew that I was smoking until after I graduated. They were like, wait, you were smoking? I'm like, yeah, I was. That's how I actually got through my senior year. So
So the first time you smoked, what was the story behind it?
the story behind that was mostly pain. I've dealt with a lot of pain, like in my legs.
So would you go to a dispensary and you just bought cannabis for the first time, and then you
Actually, I got it from a friend.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was the one that introduced me to it. And I was like, is it okay if I like smoke? I'm not gonna like, I always heard like a lot of like big people get paranoid at first.
Yeah.
So when I tried, I was like, this is actually pretty not that bad. This is actually pretty, I still feel connected with everybody. I can still have a normal conversation, still entertain the conversation and not be like, all right, I'm gonna go take it down, So this was something that I really wanted to do because after hearing everybody's story and I can relate to it, actually, it was like, yeah, this is something I could do.
Was it a blunt or a joint or a bong hit? What was it?
So it was a gravity bong.
Oh, gravity
Oh,
bong.
no
Wow.
way.
Wow, right off the bat.
Gravity bong. Yes. it was a
Wow.
Gravity bong.
0 to 60.
Yes.
Yeah.
From
and
0 to 100.
when I tell you, that was the most I ever coughed in my whole entire life. I never thought I would never stop coughing after that
Wow.
day.
Was it a 2-liter bottle or what kind of bottle was the gravity?
So like the jugs that you put like in the that you dispense the water from.
It was a 5-liter.
Yeah.
No way. No way.
Yeah.
That's
You were a
wild.
Milky 5-liter for your
Yeah.
first time.
That's wild.
Jesus.
We filled up. It was a filled up tub. We filled up the tub, and she put the aluminum foil on top, and then she lit it up, and then the whole thing filled up with smoke. And the next thing you know, I was higher than.
Oh no, the wrap.
Oh, yeah.
Jim, can you grab that?
Folks, we lost the wrap. We lost the blunt wrap.
The
The
wrap-
wind has taken it.
The rap is back.
Thank God.
The wrap is back.
It's
Jim,
like-
our savior.
It's like indistinguishable
Wow.
from any leaf.
I know. It's literally an
Yeah,
indistinguishable
it looks
leaf.
just like a leaf. Well, it is a leaf. Okay, next question. What's your favorite munchie food?
My munchie food. I like White Castle.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Yeah. I like me some good mozzarella sticks and a good set of cheese fries.
Do you get a milkshake too?
It depends. If it's a really late night, then yeah, I'm gonna get me a nice chocolate milkshake. Yep.
Mm.
The thing I really like about White Castle is you get a medium milkshake and it's like an extra large from anywhere else.
That is so true. No, for sure. White Castle has been my go-to since I was a little girl, and it's definitely my go-to now that I'm a smoker. So
What's this? Anyone want this?
Jim,
Okay.
Jim,
If you have a friend who's
Speed.
down on their luck, upset, depressed, whatever, just sad, and you want to cheer them up, what's something that you would say to them that maybe it's a quote or a life lesson that's helped you maybe in the past? Do you have something that you would tell them?
I've been through a lot of situations in my life that got me to where I am today. I lost a really good aunt of mine who taught me how to look at life, at the brighter things in life, and not look at things so negatively, because things will happen eventually, but there is a better outcome when it comes down to how to handle yourself and how to handle certain things. So my best advice that I give my friends today, talk it out. Talk to your friends, talk to your family. Talking it out is the only way you're gonna get anything done. And cry, show your emotions, let everyone know how you feel. Because if you hold everything in, you're just gonna make it worse. And I believe in just letting it out, speaking out, and letting everyone know how you feel at the end of the day. That's just me personally. I was never the type to stay shut. My aunt taught me how to speak up, and yeah.
Nice. That's a great answer.
All right.
We ask a lot of people those questions,
Yeah, for sure.
and we get a lot of crazy range of different answers, range of ages. Oh, so how old were you when you smoked for the first time?
The first time I smoked was, I was what, 15, 17 years old? around
Okay.
there? Yeah.
So that's about right, because I was 13. We've heard 9. I've heard, I think 46 was the first time for one person. It was 46. Like, wow. Big range
I have
there.
cousins who, to this day, that they grow, like, their own stuff, and they're always telling me, like, hey, try it out, let me know how the review is, and I'm just like, I can't believe I went from not smoking to giving you guys reviews on your product. This is so,
Yeah.
like, cool. So it's a nice development that I'm able to create and bond with, even with my family that I didn't even get to know, who had the opportunity to, do all that good stuff.
I had the mic setting wrong. I'm the sound guy today. But not really. Not really. Oh man. So how do you like the UFCW? What are you doing with the union?
I've been hanging out with these guys.
Smoking a lot
You
of
got the
weed.
best job ever.
Yeah, I've been hanging out with these guys. So far, we've been visiting GTI and, you know, getting background stories on what's really going on with everybody, the employees. It's, you know, it's just devastating.
You want to share good news?
Sure.
So, I would like to give a special shout out to the 20 workers over at the Planibus dispensary in Rahway for voting almost unanimously to join the UFCW and to stand up for their rights.
Awesome. Oh
And those
my
workers
God.
are
Yay.
exercising all of their rights.
That
It's
is
been very
amazing.
cool to see, not just their labor rights, but quite a few others that you'll probably be reading about soon.
Oh
So
my
special
God.
shout out to those Planibus workers.
Well, I'm not so sad anymore. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Oh yeah, that's right. How could I even forget too? The 10 workers over at Fire and Flame Dispensary that just voted to join the union. That one was unanimous. Oh yeah, here we go. We got Michael Burry on the mic.
We got Mike on the mic.
MBMC.
On the mic.
If he could hold on, give him a minute. He's got this. Hold on.
He's got it. He just rolled a big fat blunt, so he's got a transition.
Yeah, wait, where'd that blunt go?
Jim stole it.
He deserved it. He's earned it.
Oh yeah, for sure. There we go. Looks like it's a casualty of the wind now.
How Jim looks right now is how I want to look when I'm Jim's age.
Right? It's like Lawrence of Arabia.
Yeah, weed smoking badass. Oh, hold on, who's this guy coming? He looks like he smokes weed.
Oh, he's got the black and mild. I used to know somebody who used to gut those and smoke them. Hey, what up?
Yeah, you want to smoke?
There you are. Here he comes.
He's coming right over, guys. There
Hell
you
yeah.
go.
Take
There
a
you
rip
go.
then.
Yeah, because if you were working, we wouldn't let you do that.
There you
Yeah.
What's your
go.
name,
God
man?
bless.
Gabe Brown.
Hey, Brown.
We want to
Nice
give a
meet
shout
you.
out to Gabe Brown, working with the city of Trenton, keeping the streets clean for us.
That is right.
Hey,
Gabe Brown,
Last
everybody.
25 years, when you walk down the streets of Trenton and you're like, wow, there ain't garbage anywhere. And there's really not. It's a clean city.
He's very clean.
You
very
can thank
clean.
Gabe and the team he works under.
Yeah. There's just packs of eighths everywhere, but they're from today.
Yeah, but that's
so.
like our fault.
You know, this is our
Are they
last
union?
last podcast of the
Good
10th
question,
year.
but I would think so.
Yeah.
10 years here. And then I'm realizing we're fairly well known, especially by these people over here.
the construction
Yeah, they
Nice.
booted us out over here, damn it. We're not going far. But it's been an amazing metamorphosis from stations you can smoke, but you got to be on the other side of the street, and you're Trenton's problem, not the state police problem. That was our deal. And I felt lucky. 10 years ago that we could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we all complained. And Stephen Kuspelich would say, he'd reply, well, he did here, not there, but when over here, there's always one. He takes his joint, he goes right up and lights it in front of the state trooper, and he goes, "You can't smoke here." "Well, they smoke cigarettes here." "Well, they're not supposed to either." "Well, they do." "Well, you can call us if they do." "Well, where can I smoke?" So he said, "Across the street." He says, "Show me." So they started walking, and they got to about in the middle where that sign is there, and that's where he left him and walked back to state trooper. So Stephen didn't go any further. He stood there, finished his joint. He went back and stood there and watched him finish his joint. So we called that the Stephen Kuspelich demarcation line for 3 years. All we had to do was go farther away than that. So we'd spread blankets on the other side, sit down and smoke pot, because they said we could.
Oh my
But
God.
10 years, and the state police know that we work within their boundaries. We work together. Well, Lefty does. They don't know me now.
That is
I got the first.
That was an
130
undercover cop
permits.
car, just for everybody listening, honking that was driving by
Oh, yeah.
in support. That was an undercover cop car honking in support.
Well,
They might have thought it was a union action because of the rat, though.
Oh no!
Well, I got to say though, it's
I like the rat.
it's funny because it's almost like how do you have a rat and have it not be blamed on being a union rat? Look, do your union rats look that friendly? I don't think so.
It's pretty much.
I don't remember.
I
I
don't
tell you,
know. It's
the
kinda like
first
the
time I
Gabby,
saw
yeah.
the union rat, it was like a 20-foot model or something. It was like really
Yeah,
big.
like huge.
Yeah, it was on Route 70 and Brick, and I was captivated by the instant nature of the imagery of it being a rat. But it's too perfect for the guy that was patient's hero in 2009, the senator that got medical cannabis homegrown passed himself, shepherded it through, only to have it yanked away. You know, and a compromise he had to make to get patients something. Now
Yeah. By the way, he's doing the same thing with magic mushrooms right
he's
now.
the one in the way of a bill that won't even let it be heard. See, so it's such a full circle et tu Scutari moment that this is Jersey, New Jersey. We call a person like that one
part.
thing, a rat. You know, he's-
Fucking rat.
not for like breaking a union line. With
No, but just in general, it's
but-
Jersey
but
lingo.
It's. I looked up the definition, and it's covered. It is. I feel
Yep.
like we're
He's
co-opting something. But
he's also behind the psilocybin behavioral health bill, which would legalize clinical use of magic mushrooms in Jersey.
Yeah.
And it's a great bill, and he pulled the home grow provision out of it.
Yep.
You know, so they're just repeating the same mistake that they're doing with cannabis. Because the
Well,
end goal
I
is to
know-
overcharge
I
patients.
think we were discussing that at psilocybin saying a joint thing that I had to abruptly leave because I decided to talk to Herb Conway about other shit. But anyway,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I remember that.
you know, we're done. Yeah, we've been done for a long time.
Well, I wish you were there at the other hearing the other day, because they had another hearing.
I didn't
and-
feel welcome.
You know, oh, you're always welcome, Jim. It's
No, I mean
that
by-
building belongs
yeah,
to us. You know,
yeah.
let them
Who
ever
cares
forget.
if the politicians
Yeah.
want you there or not?
So,
No, well,
But-
it's all for a purpose.
so
you know?
the other day, the Republicans actually flipped on the issue and decided to support it, and it
Yeah, that
passed
is
through the
true.
committee 10-0 to.
It didn't have homegrown in it. You know,
Oh, I
okay, let
know.
me ask you about this. What I found amazing, really amazing, telltale, is that it didn't say it would be legal to grow your own. It never said that. I read that bill. It's funny when you read the actual bill. It said growing your own would not be unlawful, which is lawful, right? I mean, but by saying it would not be unlawful, they didn't have to do any of the work, almost like they were putting it up for a vote where you know, a referendum where you do the details later. But I've never seen that, anything like it phrased. So I go, okay, why did they do that? It's not accident. They're not, they're better at me than this. They did it for a purpose. I know that. So
That's right.
it's because it wasn't ever going to be there in the first place. It was the inference of that being homegrown of mushrooms was what you option out,
Yeah.
just like 2009 with cannabis. So it's weird. It's history. Those that don't learn repeat it and all. But
The doomed history of New Jersey.
I knew it was coming, you know?
Yeah.
But
It
it's to
also-
get something done, but I'm thinking, what does it do? Is it sends everybody to the state, so you can't
Exactly.
possess it even.
Sends you
I
right
don't
to the
bel- I
state.
don't believe you
Rely
can.
entirely on the state.
It
Wow, when you think of it like that, you know. So who gets really popular when you get money into the treasury and what? The person making it happen, which would be Nick Scutari.
Right.
He has plans, and I'm not saying it's wrong to have plans. You know, it's sort of like, are you surprised? You're not surprised, right? I mean, how
No, it's not.
Not surprised in the
Not
least.
surprising at all at this
Yeah.
point. It's just like, oh, okay,
Par for the course, more
Yeah.
of the same.
yeah.
no fully
Yeah.
anticipated.
But
Yeah.
then what I say is I don't care about how unlevel playing field is. God, I could look back 3 decades when it was way more unlevel and say that playing field isn't flat. It isn't planar. It's undulating. you know? And there are levels of every playing field where we have an advantage. We got to live there on the playing field. That's our home base, not tilting at windmills. I don't even know what the hell that means, but I know when to say it.
Don Quixote.
You know?
Fighting the windmill.
I'm pretty sure it fit, you know? We had an interesting conversation about whether shit fit with you and Chris before, so, or, you know. But, it's really not surprising, and it is about getting revenue into the treasury. And there's so many ways to hide behind, but I liked it, what I was at, that was what I had to say. Like, no, there's no numbers on this.
Yeah.
What's it gonna cost?
So that's what I was just about to bring that up.
That was my entry.
So you know what
know?
it,
You know, like I want to get talking and see if I can catch Herb looking the other way, and I can start talking about it.
Yep.
But,
So do
yeah,
you know,
it was all about that.
do you know what it costs out in Oregon for this treatment, for the psilocybin behavioral and talk therapy? Pretty much what they're pitching here. So each session is $1,600 to $3,400
Yeehaw.
per session.
And that's Oregon.
Yep. And so yeah, exactly. If that's the Oregon price, imagine what the Jersey price is going to land at.
Yeah, but you know, we were gonna hear stuff like, but nothing nothing specific, and it's sort of like you have to know exactly what questions to ask. You know, I mean, not you, everyone does. You know, you guys are good at that, though. You know, I'd like to see when the OCW's on site. You know, somebody's done their homework. We were impressed by a group, that were handing this out about in New Jersey, right to not die in the heat while you're working.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, something was going on. But check this out. They had about 7 blue t-shirts all. Okay, there, yeah. Right there, yeah. I'm talking about you. There they are, the blue t-shirts down there. And what we noticed is they came out, which meant there's a committee hearing getting out. I mean, in retrospect. And they came out and they were walking, and it looked like they were going to walk up to maybe they parked back there, and they stopped there. They all had stuff to hand out and say something quick to somebody. Then came this crowd, not crowd together, a stream of people walking out, and they were almost all walking across there. Then we're trying to talk here. Hey. Hey, he beeped his horn at us. He's still beeping at us. But anyway, they were handing that out to whatever that was about.
yeah.
And I told them I want to deconstruct that by looking at the committee hearings and figuring out what it was.
Yeah. Because this is
But I went over to get that because we realized they're on the ball. They're organized. Kind of reminded me of people that are organized, you know? And so I wanted to go over and say, good for you. You know, what do you got? And then I found out what they got. I was impressed, you know?
because
There was a time where I worked in a warehouse where throughout the summer the air conditioning didn't work, no fans, no nothing. It's fucking brutal. There's no other way to say it. It's absolutely brutal to do it. This is something that's vital for worker protections, whether they're outdoors or indoors.
Yep.
When I used to work at the airport in the warehouse, like in the cargo, like having to go in, they was so like hot.
Can I keep this?
Like so hot. Not even the fans were working, nothing. It was horrible. It was like the warehouse, a regular warehouse with like no windows.
Yep. I worked for a company once
you know.
where
I'll take
the,
a picture of it.
the
Oh,
AC went out.
You know,
and,
I worked
called Ocean
outdoors as a
Hello,
carpenter
and-
forever. So I became well accustomed in New Jersey and when I lived in Fort Lauderdale and when I lived in Oklahoma for a little while where I met Cheryl. Working in the heat, it was everything. My life revolved around taking care, you know, and I did work on a siding crew with friends and stuff. We did all siding on like oceanfront homes and bayfront on Long Beach Island. So it would get so hot, and we could take care of ourselves.
Right.
But then there was always somebody on a crew, and whether they could or couldn't, the idea that when you get to that point, you know. So that's awesome. I didn't know, you know, exactly how deep that runs. You know,
Oh, yeah.
it goes
Yeah,
on. but-
absolutely.
But
I
that's
deep-
kind of right up your alley.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why I wanted to take a picture of it, get in touch with these people, and lend our support because
No,
this right here. It's one of our issues too.
all
yeah.
because of your podcast.
All because of Lefty.
Yeah. See.
Lefty.
He really is the
Lefty.
crossroads of America on Sativa Cross.
All you gotta do is show up, he
That's it,
says,
right?
guys.
Just gotta show up. But yo, we got a ton of running around. We got to go do. We wanted
Yeah.
to stop by, say hello, lend our support for.
Thank
a
you guys for
couple
having
minutes.
us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we wanted to make sure we got to smoke a little bit. of
Don't
weed with you.
worry. The thank you will be a couple days from now.
Thank you.
The 26th. What? Is it Saturday?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday the 26th, this Saturday,
Yeah.
guys. Between noon to 6.
Oh, I
Hope to
got-
see you guys there.
Wait, what's up?
Yeah.
Could you maybe bring some extra microphones for us? Because we have 7 people on the psychedelic panel. So if you, I don't know how many we have at the hall. So if you possibly have any extra ones. Okay. So.
See what I can do. Are we allowed to bring the rat, or is that going to offend people?
No, that'd be confusing. No. Nah, really?
I think it would just lead to confusion because, like, having it's a symbol of the anti-union companies. Having it outside of our union hall, I also think it's too tall to fit inside. So,
That's why I'm asking.
yeah, I don't know.
No, I wouldn't if I were you.
Probably.
Love to have the rat there, but
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to make it easier. I'm saying I'm already.
We have somewhere we believe it deserves to go. We'll talk about it off air. So.
Oh yeah.
See, here's how it goes. It's like good cop, bad cop. He
Thank you guys for
asks
having
while
us.
I
Thank
say,
you.
I'm with you. I understand. So
I
we
can-
got it covered both ways.
I can
right?
unpack it
That's
now.
teamwork here.
I don't have to pack it.
Bad cop with bad news.
You know, it's funny that.
Good cop.
Yeah. No, actually, his way made more sense just from what I do know. Yeah, I could almost see it. You know. I think it is. It's more. You look the part of the bad cop. You look like the undercover cop. You look like the cop.
No one's ever said that to me. Fucking
No, I didn't. No, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
See, he's like, it's like I've seen all,
We'll see you guys on Saturday, though.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Thanks, brother.
Everyone in Radio Land can make it
Thank
too.
you. Nice to meet you.
I can see you.
Good stuff.
Take it easy.
I'm gonna come back to that side.
And if you need me to throw anything in my truck, like Friday night to bring down Saturday, let me know.
My truck's already loaded, so
You're good?
yeah, I'm just gonna unpack the rat now.
Oh, he's ready.
I can unpack the rat. It's less to bring.
I just noticed that.
Thanks for coming by, guys.
Thanks.
Really.
So listen, I got a hard stop at 2:00. I got to be on the road. So
Just got a group pick.
cool.
Yeah.
Get us in there.
Yeah, you want us to come out there?
Yeah, you want to come out?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Get me. Can you get me from here?
Yeah.
I'm probably in the shot. All right. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
All right, here, take one of mine. Oh, yeah, what, so you don't have to wait for the belts?
Jake, do a selfie.
Yeah, you know what?
Do a selfie. Yeah, get everyone in there. Yeah.
I'll just take it with mine and I'll send it. It'll look better.
You're right. I wish I had a picture.
Thank you guys. I have it in one
Woo, woo.
ratio, which is
All right. I don't know what just happened, but so my Instagram ratios and okay. The Instagram ratio was off. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I have a Facebook ratio. I don't know. And there's weed coming at me. Just keep throwing weed at me. I'm happy. So yeah, we got a hard stop today. I got to get ready to get out of here. I'm actually dressed for an event. I'm dressed to impress. I have a tie. I'm gonna put on a tie. Sativa Cross tie in the car. And I'm gonna go hang out with Eric Lagrange. Talk to him about bourbon and if he likes cannabis. I don't think he uses cannabis. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm gonna ask him. Okay, Jim, tell them what heat is nothing like framing houses with no shade. And then he got charged with 7 felonies for a quarter ounce of mushrooms. Terrible.
Got back for terrible.
Well, the mushroom here. Possession of up to 28 grams of mushrooms is a municipal charge, like possession of under 50 grams before legalization. Possession of over 28 grams is still a felony. And you got 7 felonies. A quarter ounce. Oh, I'm sorry. 1.4 ounces, not a quarter ounce.
Get it right, man.
Whoa. 7 felony charges for 1.4.
Wow.
Wow. So we're going to start the list a little early. Not early, but we're going to start the list.
No,
because
not early.
It's not early. It's the list time.
Mm-hmm.
But first, I want to give a shout out and a thank you to CMMNJ, Kind of Sense, UFCW, Local 152, JacksonStorms.com, Smoking Monkey, Arlo Glass, OprahMachine.com, Mad Hatter Dispensary in Avenel. They got their CO, and they're going to be opening up very, very soon. Our list starts with Cheryl. As we burn.
I'm sorry.
As we burn.
You're talking about the list starting with
As
Cheryl.
we
And I
burn.
appreciate it. And I'm coughing over, and all I could think of is, how many coughs did she hear in a lifetime, do you think? She's heard more of my cough than
Yeah,
anybody.
she's heard you
combined.
coughing.
No, I mean,
You do
yeah.
cough a lot.
What do you think? You know how we began this stuff? It would be when I was a caregiver, and some stuff's kind of like personal, but you know, you normally wouldn't be doing, you know, otherwise. And you know, because she doesn't move, it involved some things where to make it fun for her, I'd get set up and I'd snap on some gloves, and I'd take a bowl and I'd take a big toke, and then I'd exhale. And meanwhile, she's just laying there looking out, and I went, not yet. And I take it, and usually on the third, it'd be like, and I turn around and I hit a button on a CD player. It'd be Leonard Skinner. For some reason, it just put her in a good mood, you know, as it sounded at all. And then I'd exhale and go, I'm going. And she would be like enjoying it, you know? So anyway, yeah, she's the reason I still do things. I'm tired. I'm a tired advocate, not tireless.
You're tired full.
Yeah, I want to get home, girl, because that'll square me with a promise I made her 4 days before she died. So, and being as her name was the one out there in public in 1991, with the only person in New Jersey who would say, here's my name, here's my face, you know, and I'll tell my story. And that's what we did, is we got her into the story because there was nobody else that would do it without, can you take a picture from behind me? Call me Ruth. Anyway, yeah, she deserves to be recognized as the impetus. It would have happened anyway, but it's the impetus, the drive, you know. So, right on.
So after 10 years, I'm still here because I got really nothing better to do. I don't mean that in a bad way. I have nothing better to do.
You know what good fortune that is for all the people who benefit from all things you do, and I mean that. It's not a joke. You know, you got resolutions, you got awards. You know, you're a known quantity. You're like an Energizer bunny, and you do most of it at your own cost. You know, nice having Sativa Cross back you up.
But like you said, you're tired. I'm in pain. I'm as tired as you are. I'm in as much pain as that because it's rough. It's been rough lately. Woo.
Well, and so anyway, that you got nothing else to do doesn't mean you also have nothing better to
No,
do.
nothing better to do.
No. You're not, no matter what you got to do, it's never better than this.
This
What
is
have
great.
you done in the last 10 years that I had something better to do
love this.
today?
I love doing that.
Okay, you had something better to do when you had to be in the hospital, you know?
Yeah, no, I love being out here. I love being out here, speaking truth to power, fighting for your rights, fighting for my rights,
And
fighting for our rights.
not making patients beg. You do it for them, you know? You represent.
I'll beg for you.
Yeah.
I'll beg and plead. And if you don't like how I'm doing it, come show me how to do it. Come show me, please. Because everybody says to me when I do my laps in Bayonne, for example, people come up to me, Dave, you're doing it wrong. Dave, you should go to the city council. Well, I did that. So we created a diorama, and we brought the diorama with cars to show how dangerous it is, and we did that. Well, this isn't the way to do it. Okay, well, show me. What do you got in mind? What? Show me what? This is not it. Okay, so do nothing.
That might work on the national stage if you're talking about healthcare, but it doesn't work here, you know.
So I should do nothing. Let's do nothing. No, we gotta do something.
Yeah, you got before you replace something, you need something to replace it with, and if there's nothing to replace it with, you're the best they got going.
Yeah. This is all we got. This is what we're working with, man.
I've been bending down, talking into this thing like I couldn't hold it up to my mouth.
There you go. After 10 years, you finally figured it out. Jim, after 10 years, Jim finally figured out he can hold the mic and sound like James Earl Jones.
I don't know about that. I don't like my voice. There's not much I can do about it, though.
Sabina Rose.
If one for Cheryl, she'd be the one you'd want to lead with. 15. I can't even say it. How old? She was 15 months old.
15 months old, died from a 25-hour seizure.
Who was going through the process of being able to be a registered medical cannabis patient. So at 15 months old, she had to become a patient, except for she died of a drop seizure. So, you know, when a 15-month-old, it's hard to say, child didn't have the help that she actually could have got if all this was going, we mentioned her second on our list because she didn't die for nothing. You know, her parents made sure of that. Yeah, we belong here, don't we?
You see that?
No, I did. I didn't really. I don't want to say anything about it at the moment.
No, I don't either.
Well, I didn't. I stopped looking up because you were.
I wanted to take a picture, but
No, you can't.
yeah, it was too late. He was already there staring at the Ratari.
Yeah.
The police officer, the state trooper was.
They're part of a union.
He was looking at the rat.
There's a union representing him. That's not a that's not a non-union job being a trooper.
I thought he was going to speak to us. No, he was just stopping to admire the rat.
Yeah.
He was just looking at the rat.
It's okay, but it's not a union rat. All rats aren't union,
No,
are
it's a
they?
Ratari. It's Ratari.
I know it. It's just that it's apparently recognized as the union rat, and we'll make it work for us. We'll recognize that in the next sign I make for him. Tell you, if a rat had a union, it'd be a lot of members, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, so yeah, Paco says, doing laps in my town worked, and now getting the wheels in motion for public safety because we're going to get a light. At least the stop for pedestrian signs are going to be put up soon, I hope, and get that moving. And then by doing laps, I force them to come out and enforce or educate drivers. It's true. They need to come out and make it safe.
Paco.
Paco and Medman in the house.
Oh. Hey, we didn't lose any foam board signs in the winds today.
How's that possible?
Yeah, Ratari was doing the boogie though. Holy crap, that was awesome. I don't know that I got good video of him. It looked like he was calling people over. He got good notice today. He really did. And the signs up the walkway being like right up on the walkway were definitely getting viewed. There was numerous pictures getting taken too. You don't know where those pictures are going. But yeah, it's a good way to end the
Great way to
end the year.
Great way to end 10 years at the State House.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's almost like begging for an 11th.
Diane, Gracie, Cindy Mae,
Oh,
Marie, Jack, Joan, Randy, Polly, Bill, Chad, Jeremy, Colette, Matt, Troy, Russ, Roger Barber, Jay, Ella, Hattie, Jackie, Anthony, Jake, Armando, Felicia, Lynn, Dan, Sean, Joyce, Lori, Frank, Brian, Flo, Carl, Thorne, Frank, Lorraine, Terry, Charlotte, Cher, Jaybird, Michael, Marley, Colette, Brendan, Red, Rico, Lulu, Becky, Lawanda, Chip, Paul, Lisa, Marcus, Gary, and Jeff Oakes.
damn, that's a lot of people died before they got to the finish line.
I said Jeff Oakes.
Well, Jeff was one of those rare individuals who saw his finish line coming. He didn't have the time frame exactly. He used cannabis to extend it beyond what it should have been. But you know,
What's happening, fellas?
Paco, what's up, buddy?
Just getting back from the farm with the dog. How you guys doing today at Steve House?
we're just wrapping it up in Trenton.
Yeah, we're just ending it in Trenton right now. We're you could end the show with us with the bong hit.
It's a good day.
That's very appropriate.
It's a good day. It's a good day.
Yeah.
We withstood the wind. No tent top, just the edge to hold the signs. Ratari fully secured and as windy as it would get. He was dancing in the wind, waving signs.
Yeah, it's been wild.
A lot of people taking pictures of, and with the signs being away from us and right by the walkway, people were slowing down, reading, and taking pictures. And I added one a stand-up sign, and I have pictures later. It's a sandwich-looking board sign. It says, "Take one." Senator Scutari's involvement explained, which tags onto all the others. You know, who is this Senator Scutari? Oh, Ratari, I get it. I see. But then what about the actual? So what it had was my 2-page, what I wrote up about New Jersey, the medical home grow outlier state. And as we speak, got some information going. Where's my phone? Take a picture.
I got it.
All right. That's like weird, isn't it? It's like, I love when that stuff happens. The thing is, it tags on to all the other signs. It gives them a strength, whether somebody takes one or not. The point is there is a linchpin to it all, and it explains it and without editorializing. For me, it isn't me telling somebody about it. What I wrote up is trying to sound like I had no real concern about it, just the facts, you know. And it's because just the facts, no matter how I would editorialize and say, even the word just, no, that shows an inclination, you know. So anyway, I'm proud of what I wrote up, and I like that it's now there for people to walk by today. And there was there's a couple people who look like they're fairly important. One in particular, he took a picture of Ratari, and then he took a picture of the signs, and I just hope he was going somewhere where he could say, "Hey, look at this," you know, and he did some work. It just means you don't know. It's like planting seeds and then walking away. You don't know. You got to be content with planting seeds. Yeah. I'm stealing lyrics from For a Dancer by Jackson Browne, by the way, as a whole. Planting seeds is what his song was about. It's a kind of thing that works when you're remembering somebody more than when they're alive. You know? Yeah, planting seeds. That's what we do. And we don't plant seeds when it comes to cannabis. We plant the plant here. The idea.
Well, thanks for a great 10 years. Be back for Thanksgiving for our special event, and that's a wrap.
Yep.
It's a wrap, man.
It's a pop-up. Thanksgiving pop-up.
Oh, by the way, Paco, would you like to join our board as a board member so you can vote and stuff?
Yeah, we can definitely talk about that.
Yeah. I meant to ask you, and I meant to ask everybody.
Nah, you already knew my answer.
So I think it's a great idea. It's a great fit because, you know, you're with us anyway. And it would be fun.
Yeah, let's talk about it for sure.
We have a lot of fun on our board. All right. Well, anyway, thank you, everybody.
Thanks for having me today, guys. Thanks for going out on the 10-year anniversary of this Fight for Home Grow. We appreciate what you guys are doing. Lefty, Jim, thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, the 10 years at the State House, you know, it was sort of like they could have let it ride 10 years ago. It's like they keep inviting us back for another year by their actions. You know? Shit.
Yeah.
I think we're getting the upper hand flow here, you know? I mean, evolution is helping us, but, you know.
Evolution and tenacity, and we're going to outlive these old geezers.
That's the plan, right?
Well, here we go. Let's end it here. They went with songs to battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. Thanks, Paco. Love you, brother.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day, man. I hope you feel better, Lefty.
Thank you.
See you on the flip side.
See you on the flip side.
Have a good one, guys. Get home safe.